but this is going to be Goodwill Gone Wild episode 2. And it's a little deceiving. There's some trades and stuff in here too, so we'll go ahead and start with the trades. I've sent a few packages to OK Chief, and I got hit with him about a couple things that I'd wanted, and yeah, he hooked me up. So I got his package today, and he sent me 2 Xbox controllers. That one's got red stickers or something on it. But yeah, I needed first party Xbox controllers. He took care of me on that. I saw him get this Super Game Boy in a video. I guess he went and picked a Goodwill that Machine Games Texas is known to frequent. And he came out with this, and as soon as I saw it, I messaged him, and I'm like, I need that. And he's like, all right, it's in the box. So, Super Game Boy. And then this, I didn't know anything about. He just kind of threw this in there. It was a little bonus, I guess. But, yeah, it's complete. Excellent condition. Half-Life 2 for the Xbox. He said start playing this when I have a little bit of time, so I guess this is going to be an investment. I might have to sit down and really get into it. Alright, I'm sorry I had to go find the letter for the next round of games. And I've been talking to this guy for a few days now, working this deal out, and basically he needed some cases. I came up with some cases for him. There was a couple of games that he needed or wanted to, and I took care of him on that and some cords and stuff. And he threw a short little note in with his package. It just says, Dear Retro Reaper Gaming, hope you like the games and can put them to good use. Your friend, BMX Master 787 on YouTube. So check him out. He's a Page fan too. But he's got some pretty cool videos. He pretty much does the same thing. Goes thrift shops in his town, and he's in Wisconsin. Yeah, he goes to the thrift shops in his town, finds what he can find, collects it up. So yeah, go check him out. And what he sent me wasn't really anything special, but just to get rid of some cases and pick up some stuff. He sent me Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, which I've got this, but so many people ask me about NESs. As soon as people find out that I do anything with retro games, they're like, hey, can you find me an NES? I'm like, well, maybe. And then what they always want with the NES is Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. So I've got an extra Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. He also sent me Super Mario 3, which was really out of everything what I wanted. I did not have Super Mario Brothers 3. I do have the Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. It's got the 16-bit version, but now we got 3. Now I just need to get my neighbor to come off of 2. He sent me Sonic 2 for Game Gear, which I don't have a Game Gear, but I figured it may be something somebody will trade for. So if you have a Game Gear and you don't have Sonic 2, get a hold of me. And then the other cool thing that he sent me was Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters for the Game Boy. So that was a pretty cool little pickup. And then I ended up finding a wire for him that he needed for something. I couldn't find it before I sent his package out. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Check out his videos. BMX Master 787 on YouTube. And then everything else, there's still a lot. Everything else was my pickups from this week. some of this came from Goodwill, and some of it came from a store called City Thrift that's actually right behind one of the Goodwills I go into a lot. And they don't always have stuff, but when they do, it's priced pretty good. It's where I bought my Nintendo 64 for $15. I bought my second Super Nintendo for $5. It was console only, but it was only $5. Uh, so let's see. All right, we'll go with this. Okay. I picked up 4 Nintendo 64 games there. And the way they do these, when they get these, I guess it's just on these cartridges maybe, because these are the only ones I bought this way. They will put them back to back in a plastic bag and staple a price tag on the top of it. The price tag for cartridges is always like $2.49. So basically I paid $1.25 for all these games. The first bag had this, which I don't know. I've never played this, but I may have seen somewhere that this is the greatest game of all time. It's right up there with E.T. for the 2600, or maybe that was the wrong list. But it was there. I didn't have it. I got it. Superman 64, which is supposed to be horrendous, but we'll see how it goes. And in the bag with that was Forsaken 64. When I was younger, I had Forsaken on the PlayStation, and I didn't like it. And I played this one for a little while earlier, and it's almost the same thing. It's like, I don't know, I think the controls are just a little too sloppy, like almost too sensitive, I don't know. But the second bag, you have Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, and then on the back side of that, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So I picked up Superman 64, Forsaken 64, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, and Mortal Kombat Trilogy for $1.25 a piece. And then right next to those was another bag, and I had to buy it. It had my name on it, and it was Qbert for the NES, and it's got my name on it. This was, I think it was $1.99. It was like $2. Other than having my name written on the bottom, it's in excellent shape. The label's real good, and I can get that stuff cleaned off, so that's no big deal. But yeah, $2 for Qbert for the NES. Let's see. And while I was there, I picked up this. This is Slam City with Scottie Pippen for Sega CD. There's a little bit of water damage to the box, but book's inside, and all 4 discs are inside. I did pull the discs out of the sleeve, and there's not a fingerprint on them. It looks like they've never been touched. And I also do not own a Sega CD, so this would be something else up for trade. If anybody wants this, just get a hold of me, make an offer. We'll talk something out on it. But yeah, we got Slam City with Scottie Pippen, Sega CD, complete with just a little bit of water damage to the box. And then I went back in there, I think it was the next day, because when I went in there the first day, they had those 5 games out, and I was hoping that if I went back in there the next day, they'd have more cartridges out, but they didn't. But they did have this Kingdom Hearts 2 Greatest Hits for the PlayStation 2. The case was a little bit smashed, so I switched it out with one of my multiple purple 360 Connect cases. It is cover and disc only, but the disc is in good condition. And that was $5. Yeah, I think I paid $5 for Kingdom Hearts 2 Greatest Hits. And then I paid $2.50 for this at the same place, City Thrift, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. It is also cover and disc only, but the disc is in good condition. And the last thing I picked up from City Thrift was Jack X Combat Racing. This was also, I think it was like $2.99 or something, but it's got the book, it's got the registration card, the disc is in good condition. And we will move on to the Goodwill finds. Goodwill started off really slow, and it didn't really speed up any at all. But it was better than last week. So my Goodwill pickups for this week, I got True Crime New York City. I've got True Crime Streets of LA, and I talked to my little brother about it. He's the Xbox guy. I've always been the PlayStation guy. But he said New York City was better than LA. So on my little brother's tip, I picked it up. It is complete. And I think I paid like $5 for it. I think I overpaid, but overall, I think I came out. And I picked up Hitman 2 for the PlayStation 2, which I think it was $5 too, so same scenario. I probably could have gotten it cheaper. But it's in excellent condition. It is complete. I picked up Area 51 for the PlayStation 1. Also, you won't be able to see it, but it is in it's got a few fingerprints on it from me fingering it. But it's in really good condition too, and it is complete. And on my last pass through that store, see, I look at everything 3 times. I scan everything, look at everything 3 times, and it surprises me how many things I don't find until my last little walkthrough. So the Goodwill stores here, when they stock the shelves, they bring these carts up, these metal carts from the back, and they have like 3 shelves on them. And then the people that are working on the floor bring these plastic carts up and unload stuff onto the plastic carts, take it where it needs to go. So when they have those carts laying out on the floor, I'll go through them. And on my last pass through, I saw this. By itself, that's all I saw. So usually you want it to be something good, but you're like, yep, it's going to be Mario Lemieux hockey, which I would not have paid $3.99 for. But it actually ended up being Sonic 1, pack-in cartridge. So $4. I hadn't seen any cartridges. I've kind of been burned out on buying disc-based games. So I was happy to see it. The label's kind of messed up, but for $4 I didn't have this, so I picked it up. And then today, I think I've got just about everything covered. And today, I hit a few more Goodwills and didn't find much of anything, but I did find this for $1.99. And this is a power supply for an Atari 2600. When I got it home, I started looking at my power supply from my 2600, and I guess at some point they changed them, because on mine the cord comes out of the top of the transformer, and on this one it comes out of the bottom. And I mean, they're made a little bit different. It may just be that mine's older, My 2600 is a light sixer. It was 1978, I believe, was a year of production or something like that. May have been 81, something. It's one of the older ones. It's a light sixer. So yeah, picked up an extra Atari 2600 power source. Just thought it was weird that it was different than mine. So at some point, they had changed them. And then since I had, I got one more Goodwill thing. I also picked up this at Goodwill. I paid $2 for it. I don't have a receiver for it, but it is the second Sony PlayStation 2 DVD remote. The first one I think was longer and skinnier, but it's got the back. It's real clean on the inside. Like I said, I don't have a receiver, but it was $2 and it was a slow day, so I saw that. I went ahead and picked it up. If you have a receiver for this or just want the remote, this would be up for trade too. Just let me know. And since I had gotten the Super Game Boy and the Kid Icarus for Game Boy in my trades, I had to do something that I don't like doing. I had to go to the retro game store. And it's almost an overload when I go in there. The prices aren't that bad, but I just don't get excited going in the retro game store and finding something like I do if I go in Goodwill or find something, or go in the flea market and find. Even the flea market's not even as exciting as finding something in Goodwill. So I went to the retro game store. My main focus was pick up some more titles for the Game Boy, and that's what I did. But they also had like a little, almost like a junk bin, like a clearance bin. And I picked this up, Twisted Edge, snowboarding, something, extreme snowboarding for the 64. This was $1. I paid $1 for it, so yeah, it was $1. And I picked up Game & Watch Gallery 3 for the Game Boy. I played this for a little while earlier. It's alright. It's got a few different games on it. I picked up Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. And I picked up Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. I also picked up there's a third-party Rumble Pack and Memory Pack, but it's actually in one of my Nintendo 64 controllers in there. So, let's see, for the 3 Game Boy games and the cartridge, and the 64 Rumble Pack, I came out at like $17. So that was not bad at all, especially if you watched my video last week where I didn't get hardly shit except some third-party wiring and nonsense. So that's pretty much it. That is my haul for the week. I think it's plenty. I got a whole lot of games. I don't know what to play. But like I said, if anybody is interested in this, just let me know. We can work something out. I'm always able to take something. I could trade something easy for this. I also have the Atari 2600 power cord. Need one of these, let me know. We'll work something out. And the Sonic 2 for the Game Gear. Those are all up for trade. If you want them, message me. Get a hold of me through Retro Reaper Gaming on YouTube or Facebook.com/Retro Reaper Gaming. And just leave me a message and let me know what you want. And yeah, I think we've got it all covered. Thank you, OKChief420. And I've been talking to this guy on Facebook, so I've been seeing his name. I want to make sure I say his YouTube channel, BMX Master 787, for the trades. And I think we all came out all right. And thank you guys for watching.